Chugga chugga choo choo! What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at a continuation of the Fortnite OG sort of season reviews. Today we are taking a look at Season 7, which is the Ice season, the Christmas season, and without any further delay, let's just get into it. If you do want to check out my Season 4, 5, and 6 reviews, I took a look at them at the past 3 days, and over the next 3 days, I'm going to be taking a look at the next 3 seasons. But this is the season which added an entirely new biome which we have never seen in Fortnite at the original time this season came out, which was the Ice biome. And that biome brought in 3 new locations, whether it be Frosty Flights, Polar Peak, and also Happy Hamlet. It destroyed Flush Factory, but no one really cared about Flush Factory anyway. I fucking despised Happy Hamlet, I'm gonna be honest. I hated landing there, I thought it was so shit. But this season brought in so much cool movement. We had the hoverboards, we had the aeroplanes making an appearance in both of this seasons in their peak glory. Aeroplanes were really cool, they were quite overpowered, they had a turret on the front, you could have 5 people sat on top of your plane and 1 driving, so, you know, it was sick as fuck, going around with your squad in the air. And yes, you took fall damage if you fell out. Yes, you could blow it up in the air and then you take fall damage. And no, it didn't need fuel back in the day. Fuel was something that was brought in within like chapter 2 or 3. And I'm gonna be honest, it was sick. Even the Infinity Blade was in this season. This season fucking cooked. The live event for this season was mid, not gonna lie. The live event was just turning the whole map into snow, which slowly melted over time and added ice zombies. We literally just had zombies the season prior, so it was quite annoying to see zombies make yet another return to the game. But you know what? It was fun while it lasted. We had Winterfest and the first sort of representation of Crackshot's Crackshot's mansion, Crackshot's house, Crackshot's cabin. Crackshot's cabin, it's his cabin, everyone. Not a mansion, not a house, it's a cabin. And that was with the opening cinematic of the start of the season, which went so fucking hard. We also had Fortnite's very own Santa make it into the game, which is Sergeant Winter, and his whole operation is basically to do with Frosty Flights, and he brought in some snow warriors, and that was pretty cool. There was no real story to the season, though, I'm gonna be honest. The Ice King just wanted to keep the prisoner, or the Fire Lord, or the Fire King inside the volcano, inside the Polar Peak, and unfortunately he did defrost and he did escape. And further on in the future, with a Marvel collaboration comic book tie-in, we found out that this massive chunk of ice came from the moon, because the Ice King kept a load of dangerous creatures and artifacts on the moon to make sure that they couldn't destroy the world or destroy any planets or hurt anybody. So the Ice King was a protector, and unfortunately it all came crashing down. And you know, it was unfortunate, but shit happened. And he unleashed the fire guy, who then went on to be one of the main characters of Season 7. The story, other than that, was pretty weak, and there was nothing really to go about, and we completely lost loading screen stories until we found the secret skin, where we could slowly unchain him over the course of like 3 weeks, which was absolutely incredible and so interesting to do. And I prefer him in his final fire form, and it is quite sad that we've never seen these guys return in any shape or form. We have loads of different sort of remix versions of quite a few of the original battle passes, like Lynx, like Drift, like Fable, like Dusk, and even Calamity has had a couple of remixes, but we've never had one for Ice King or the Prisoner. And I think it would be pretty interesting to see them return in one form or another over the next couple of sort of seasons, especially in OG, because they were 2 of the greats, not gonna lie, they were 2 of the GOATs, and I can't wait to see them return. Other than that, Winterfest was pretty boring. All we got was a snowball launcher and the entire map covered in snow, which, again, got annoying really quickly because it just made the entirety of the map feel the same. Yes, we've never had the map covered in snow before, but it did just feel all the same, and it got old quickly and got very boring, and I do feel like they left it covered in snow for way too long. They covered Greasy Grove in ice, and you was unable to get into it at all, except for one of the locations, which was the central sort of shop building. And the skins in the Battle Pass were sick. I loved Onesie. I thought Onesie was such a cool skin, and it got like the Cozy Night vibe perfectly. Lynx was everyone's fan favorite. Zenith was quite shit, not gonna lie. Sergeant Winter, I wasn't a huge fan of him either. I would have preferred more of a generic Santa skin than a Sergeant Winter. And the Ice King was cold. The Ice King went fucking hard. The other snow girl, like the snowboarder, was shite. I didn't like that one. It was just the generic sort of girl skin, which we had in every battle pass. There was always like a generic girl which was just wearing average clothes, and that was quite boring and never really excited me that much for like, oh my god, I need to get this skin, I need to get it now. Trog was legendary though. I fucking loved Trog. Trog was sick. And this season did also have the overtime quests, or the overcharge quests, where you could earn a free battle pass for next season if you did all these quests, and I thought that was sick as fuck. And they did this to sort of stop Apex Legends from overtaking them and taking the limelight, because Fortnite was kind of falling off or slowing down, and that was either because of the updates being shit, because I remember not a whole lot interesting really happened after the launch of this season. Like, it was kind of forgetful in terms of stuff and content, but you know, there's always been better seasons than this one that have come and gone, and I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't the best. The map covered in snow just didn't hit as hard as Epic probably thought it would, and planes were overhated, and hoverboards were sick. I loved hoverboards. I would just float around on a hoverboard the entire game, and I'd leave my squad because I'd be having too much fun doing backflips and shit, and that was pretty much it. Nothing else of value really happened this season. We had like the sort of snowman bombs, which made you have ice feet, which no one really used practically. We just threw them in each other to make each other slide because it was funny, and it was easier to hit your friends than it was to hit an enemy, so there was no point carrying them. You just used them as and when you found them. It did mean you get an extra 950 V-Bucks as well, because how me and my sort of friends and family do the Battle Pass is we always save 950 V-Bucks from that Battle Pass to be able to afford the next Battle Pass without having to put on more money. And that shit works. You can infinitely buy the Battle Pass with just 100 V-Bucks, like 1,000 V-Bucks, sorry. As long as you buy the Battle Pass once and you don't spend the V-Bucks, you can buy the Battle Pass again and again and again without having to put any more money on. Like, it is an infinite sort of thing. Like, you will never not be able to afford the Battle Pass if you buy it once, which is really cool. However, I'm now subscribed to the Crew Pass, so I don't need to save my V-Bucks, and I can buy it on any single skin that I want, which definitely gives me a little bit of a big head, and definitely gives me more incentive to spend more V-Bucks, because that V-Bucks feel like they're burning a hole in my pocket, not gonna lie. V-Bucks are burning a hole in my pocket, and I need to get rid of them ASAP. But other than that, I have nothing really exciting to sort of say about this season. I think I covered everything that I really wanted to with this season, and yeah, it was kind of mid. I'll give it a 6 out of 10, because there is better seasons from Chapter 1, and I remember not really liking this one, other than like the Christmas vibe that it gave you with the Christmas music. That's what they added with the Battle Pass. It was Christmas music. That was the iconic thing for this season. You got music tracks to change the lobby sound, and they also updated the original lobby sound, which everybody hated for this season. But yeah, 6 out of 10. I think that's solid, and I think that's okay for this one. I think that one fits.